This is Talking Bullish, your Bradford Bulls fan podcast. And we're your hosts, Laura Micklefield and Alan Raisin.
We're going to have a look back under the Friday nights at Odsal against Huddersfield. We've got a new signing to talk about, and we're going to look forward to our next match where we go down to the jungle to play the Tigers. Welcome back.
Welcome, Laura. Hi.
Another week on Talking Bullish, and yeah, plenty to talk about again. We both enjoyed a match under the Odsal lights with the fantastic fireworks and the dancing and the DJ and all that jazz on Friday night. Did you enjoy yourself, Alan?
Yes, Segala was very good. I wouldn't call him jazz, but whatever.
It was very, a lot of jazz hands going on there.
Were there? Okay, I missed that because I was... up at the bar, shall we say?
In the beer queue. But to be fair though, it was really good. I mean, even my dad, who's not the biggest fan of dance music, was saying it was kind of better than what he witnessed at the Challenge Cup final for like pre-match entertainment. So
that's good.
So I think the record attempt that they tried to do and getting everybody there obviously made a massive difference to the atmosphere, and I think people really enjoyed it. And apart from that, obviously over 10,000 of us there this week to watch the match, which again was brilliant considering there weren't that many Huddersfield fans, although I did see a few. Yeah,
there were definitely a couple of Euros behind us.
Yeah, Alan got really excited and like, look, there's a couple behind us. So there were a few there, and no disrespect to the Huddersfield fans, it must be a lot to... Obviously, when you know you've not got many supporters anyway, for the fans that are actually turning up and seeing them getting beat week on week, all credit to them, because we've been there as Bradford Bulls fans, and I know what it's like. So, it was nice to see some away fans there, and there were a few, I think, on the terracing making some noises as well. So, full credit to them. Let's have a look at what the match went like.
Yeah, so it was Huddersfield who drew first blood. Unfortunately, it was just... a penalty that they managed to kick on 8 minutes, so two ahead early doors. But it was pretty scrappy from then on, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was quite pleased that they went for the two, to be honest, because I think they were kind of like... I think they were steamrolling us down the middle, so I was quite happy that they went for the two, because I thought they had a good chance of getting the try and getting the six, so I was quite pleased that they opted for that. Went a bit quiet, like you say, after that, kind of bit of back and forth, but we did make a break at 23 minutes. Wynn broke up field and just didn't have the legs to get there. He did have someone's pass to on the inside, but there was a defender in the way, so unfortunately didn't get anything from that. Thought maybe off the next set we might do, but I think Armitage then knocked on. Chance went begging there.
And then we had a couple of penalties ourselves, which we managed to kick to go, 2-2 at 31 minutes, and then 4-2 ahead at 36 minutes.
Yeah, and then Wynn is in, or we thought he was. 38 minutes, Wynn scores, the try was given, and then it went to the most frustrating process in the world, which really aggravates me, that it goes to the video referee, even though it wasn't sent to the referee to get confirmed, which, that's the new thing now, fair enough, but the length of time it takes, it's just ridiculous. They obviously decided they weren't going to confirm the try. They'd looked at the replay. You could see the chasers were offside. Therefore, it's no try. We saw that on the first replay. But no, how long was it? It must have been, it felt like 5 minutes. They obviously, it's like the look and then they wait for the referee to then say, actually, we're going to go to the video referee to look. And then they look again. It's just such a bizarre process. And I think it's something that needs streamlining because it just slows the game down. It's like you're there related that a try scored because it's been given by the referee. But it's kind of like, well, the referee's a bit pointless, really, because it'll go to the video referee regardless, and then they'll decide. So I'm not enjoying that, to be fair. And I think I made my feelings known whilst we sat on the stand. Try disallowed, couple of opportunities, but not to be. But we ended at half time 4-2. What did you think of that first half then, Alan?
Oh, it was stressful. And we didn't even say that there was a try disallowed for Huddersfield as well.
Oh,
so, one apiece. I mean, both fairly clear, but also both quite slow to be
Make
decided.
The decision, yeah.
Yeah, it was stressful. I didn't really feel like we did enough to be ahead at the half, but obviously we were just a nose ahead.
Yeah, exactly the same. I think we were quite lucky to be ahead, and I go back to the fact that Huddersfield took the 2, which helped us out really, because us getting the 2 penalties meant that we went 4-2 up, which I didn't really think we deserved to be ahead at half time. Is the fair review. I do think it was slow, it was scrappy, lots of penalties, not great for the first 20 odd minutes from us, and the worst we've seen this season. But we did improve towards the latter end of the half, but just couldn't capitalise really. But yeah, I think 4-2 was pretty good for us at half time, in fairness.
Yeah, I think most of the crowd was saying that Kurt would be delivering some strong messages at half time, and well, it seems he did. We seemed to step up the tempo in the second half, and after 4 minutes, Chamberlain breaks and has 2 players in support. But of course, he doesn't pass, so he just gets. Because that was on the 5th, was it, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was on the power play. It might have been on the power play, but it was just, it seemed like a certain try. We could see him queuing up, and there were no one in front of him. I thought, we're in here, and yeah, he just held onto the ball for some reason. I was just like, if he'd have passed that ball, I think it'd have been a certain try. But it's one of those things. But it was good to see that we were attacking the line, and we seemed to be a bit more expansive, more passes, a bit more flair. Obviously, been told by Kurt in the halftime talk to up the ante and play a bit more expansive, and you could see that happening. But yeah, then 54 minutes, a kick wasn't gathered by the Bulls, and Huddersfield pounced on it and convert. So a bit of a lucky try for Huddersfield. I think it was one of those where I feel like it's just from a mistake. It wasn't that they penetrated the defence. It was just a mistake, dropped the ball, and unfortunately they went over and they converted. So it became 8-4 to Huddersfield at this point.
Not ideal, but it only took us a few minutes to hit back with a beautiful try with Medler and Ackers with a run around, and Aitken sending Ruan over.
Yeah, it was lovely try. That I've watched it on the replay, and it's really fast hands when he runs around the back, passes it back to him, throws out to the side, and Ruan goes over for, I think, what was his debut try for Super League for the Bulls. So good for him, and I think he really enjoyed that one. He seemed to be bouncing around and quite pleased. And Atkin also converted, so it's nice to know we've got another kicker in the team. So we got 10-8 to us at that point, so I felt like we were getting a little bit more in control at this point, and seemed to be kind of hitting our straps, so to speak.
Definitely. At 64 minutes, there was a lovely sidestep from Nicarima, seizing power under the posts, and that was converted. So Nicarima getting in on the action, really good to see. Yeah,
16-8 at this point, so I felt a bit calmer. Thought we're okay here. We're going to win it. But then a bit of a brain explosion at 71 minutes. The ball's kicked behind into the in-goal area, and Masters just doesn't kick the ball dead. He just kind of waits for it to roll out. So Huddersfield just, go and dot it down before it does. Unfortunate, really, I suppose, like I say, split-second decision at the time, and he probably thought it was just going to roll dead, but unfortunately it didn't. And the try was scored and converted. So it got to 16-14 at this point. I would be honest, obviously at 71 minutes, like 9 minutes left, I was getting a bit nervous at this point. I thought, are we going to slip up? Is it one of those, like, I felt kind of like how we were last season of the teams that we feel like we could beat, we're gonna get scuppered at the end again. So I was getting a bit nervy at this point.
As I think the whole crowd were, really, yes, but... Fortunately, at 77 minutes, Nicarima keeps the ball alive on the power play to send Hooley over. Unfortunately, his goal kick hits the upright, bounces off.
Yeah,
oh, so close.
We were all thinking if we kicks this, it takes it to a 2-score game. There's 3 minutes left. There's no chance of them coming back. So when it hit the post, I think you just heard a massive groan around the stadium, like, oh, like it was a bit of kind of nervous times, thinking, well, there's still 3 minutes left to play and Huddersfield could score again. So what's going to happen? But fortunately, they didn't, and it was us that scored again. So, yeah, we thought we'd just done enough to win, but 79 minutes just before the hooter sounded, Nikorimus, with some speed and power, goes over for his second. Absolute brilliance from him on his Bulls debut there, ending it full-time 26-14. So, enjoyed that one?
Yeah, we were dead happy in the end. It was just not not the most, the calmest way to get there.
Yeah, we made hard work of that one.
Yeah,
that's the kind of general feeling. It was a good match, the second half. I think the first half was it was hard to watch at times. But I think we did do a lot better in the second half. But Huddersfield definitely didn't go away and they took their opportunities. The tries they got obviously came again off of our mistakes. So I think, as we've said in the previous matches, it's one of those where we are defending well. They are only getting through either through a mistake from the back line or a kick. So, yeah, and it was unlucky that we let those tries in. But I think at one point in the game, just to note, there was 4 or 5 sets on our line. There'd been a couple of penalties, 6 again. And it ended, I think, with a Huddersfield knock-on and they were celebrating it like they scored the winning try. But, yeah, very, very good defensively. Again, like I say, yeah, let 14 points in, but not ones that came from lack of defending, really.
And we were worried about the strength of the squad before the match as well, weren't we? Because we'd listed all the injuries on last week's pod, but we didn't look too bad, did we?
Yeah, and even more were out than I expected. I didn't know that Fulton were going to be out or that Milnes were going to be out either. So another 2 big names, obviously not on the sheet. So when the team did actually come out, I was a bit nervous, thinking, it's probably about 7-8 players not in this team now that we'd really want in there. But yeah, I suppose we've said all season so far, and Kurt keeps saying it in his match reviews, that it's the next man up, and I think they are really kind of taking hold of that. And I think Armonroyd and Atkin coming in, I think they slotted in really well and just seemed to, really pick up the pace, especially in the second half with Atkin joining. When he came onto the field, it seemed to make a big difference. And we were unlucky. Like I say, we said about Wynne not getting his try, and obviously he made a couple of knock-ons as well, bless him. But he did. I think he did really well in attack again. Just had a couple of nightmares in defence with the kicks, with dropping the kicks. But yeah, it was just he was taken off by Haggerty. I was a bit worried, thinking, I've thought he's made 2 mistakes, get him off. But I think it was that he was winded, he said. So there was no injury there either. So that's good to know, because I was a bit oh no, not another injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nikorima, as I said, had a brilliant debut. 2 tries. Yeah, really came to life at the end.
Yeah, it looked really good. I can't wait to see more of it, to be honest. I think a lot of Bulls fans were looking forward to seeing him. And in the first half, I thought personally, maybe he's been pretty quiet, but I think no, everybody seemed quiet in that first half. But second half, yeah, it totally came to life. And those 2 tries he scored, just bit of individual brilliance on both of them, really. So yeah, got the win in the end. Like I said, I think I posted straight after it on the Talking Bullish social, saying scrappy, but win's a win. Got the 2 points, so that's good to see. Did feel a bit sorry for Huddersfield. Yeah,
and in fact, they decided to relieve Luke Robinson of the head coaching job following it, which obviously is a shame for him. What are your thoughts on that?
It's one of those where they've been through, as Huddersfield, several coaches now. I think it's probably about 3 or 4, and they've been in the same position where they're not bringing the fans in, not performing very well on the field. There's obviously a bigger problem than the head coach, in my opinion. Obviously, it's just my opinion, but I don't think sacking Luke Robinson will solve the problems. They might have a bit of resurgence after that happens, which sometimes happens with the teams. But long term, I don't think it's actually going to help anything. I think it's more problems with sorting the squad out and what's on the field rather than Luke Robinson, because I think everyone knows it were like unprecedented injuries that they've had this season as well, like 16, I think it is. So, I mean, what is any coach going to do with that? Like, you can only do what you can do. So I do feel for Luke, to be honest. It's I think he was a really good player when he were actually playing, and I don't think he's really deserved that, but that's usually what happens in sport, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, now that we've played them once, let's hope they get a bit stronger and get their following back.
Yeah. Now, like I said, that they can get better whilst we're not playing them, and maybe take a few scalps off some higher teams so we can get higher in the table if they want to do us a favour. So.
Yeah, go on, Huddersfield.
Yeah.
And some other results this week. We had the scholarship team playing the Rhinos, as we mentioned last week. They finished 18-10 to Leeds.
Yeah, we were quite close, that, to be honest. I've seen ones in the past that's sometimes been a bit of a blowout, so it was really good to see quite an encouraging score, only 8 points in it and quite low scoring match. So it seems like it was a good defensive match, so that was good to see. The Academy played Wakefield on Saturday, and that ended 23-38 to Wakefield. I think the Bulls were in it all the way, but obviously Wakefield just pulling away at the end there. But yeah, also good run out for the Academy team.
And our wheelchair friends had a friendly on Saturday against York and won that 24-38.
Yeah, big congratulations to them. I think it said it was their final friendly, so hopefully they'll be going into the season soon, and it will mean that hopefully me and Alan can get down to watch one of their matches, so we'll be keeping our eye out on those fixtures.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And finally, the women's team played stunningly on Sunday, and they narrowly lost 18-22.
Yeah, I think it was a shame for the ladies. It looked like in the first half they were doing really well, and I think it just slipped away in the end. And really close one for that. Unfortunate, because I think it was their Challenge Cup match for the women's team, so they're out of that. But hopefully it means, like we said with the men's team, they can focus on the league and see where they go with that. And like we said, we'll keep track of how they're doing throughout the season.
Yes, we will. And in fact, today we had some news coming through the Bulls' social media, and we're across it already. Do you want to reveal our new signing from the NRL?
Yes, so new signing. It's a second row, or also can play for prop as well. Phoenix Steinwade. I'm hoping that's how we pronounce it. Sorry if we've pronounced that wrong. But yeah, he's previously played for Sydney Roosters and Gold Coast Titans before playing in the lower divisions in Australia. They said he's a tall, lean player who's tough up front. So I think it's the sort of player that Haggerty likes, who obviously is agile and powerful at the same time. So
yeah. I
really
think they
looking
used the word towering, didn't they, on the announcements?
So yeah, I'm expecting him to be quite tall. But yeah, he's kind of similar stature to the props we've got. Like if we look at Lewis and then bring in Norman Royd, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Apart from Eben, who breaks the mould, but I can't wait for Eben to be back. But it's nice to have a bit of a change with Eben not being like your standard props, but he's brilliant all the same. Yeah, so, brilliant news. I think I'd seen a lot on social media of people being like, we're low on props and we haven't got backup, and are we going to sign any props? Are we going to get any announcements? Obviously, we'd got the news about Orman Royd and Atkin, and brought obviously some people in before Huddersfield, and then now, another prop coming all the way from Australia. So, excited to see him. Wondering if he's going to play on Thursday. Not sure. Thinking bit of jet lag maybe, because they said they picked him up from airport this morning. I thought if you've come from Australia today and you want him to be playing on Thursday, it's quite the feat if he does, to be fair. So
it might
be
get
interesting.
A few minutes, I guess. I don't know.
Interesting to see if he's in the squad. But yeah, that leads us on nicely, obviously, to looking at this week's match, which is against the Castleford Tigers.
Yeah, and looking back to last week, they had quite a tough week.
Yeah, definitely. They were absolutely annihilated by Warrington with a score of 72-6.
Which you would think would be quite good for us, but I'm actually quite worried that this will make them really fight harder this week.
Yeah, this is my worry. I think a lot of people are looking at that and thinking, oh, we've got another win this week. Brilliant. But I look at that, obviously, ever the pessimist, even though I'm trying to be optimistic, thinking they're going to want a reaction to that. The coach is going to want a reaction. The players are going to want a reaction. Like, you don't get smashed 72-6 and then not come out fighting the following week. So as much as you can see it as if Warrington have done that to him, we can hopefully win. You can also see it as what are they going to come out like because they've just been beaten like that, and obviously they want to prove something of themselves. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, they're having a tough start. They beat Huddersfield, but they've lost to Toulouse, Wigan, Leeds, and obviously Warrington, as we've just stated. So I think they'll be definitely different after a loss like that. And let's see what we do against them. What are you thinking, Alan?
Yeah, I am still hopeful. It's difficult to predict though, because if our defence is tight, but they haven't been scoring, and it's I'm really not quite sure how it's going to go. I think we can do it, that's for sure. There should be a good following, I hope. We're definitely going to be there. Yeah, I think we could probably edge it. If I was going to go for a score prediction, it would be, let me think, like 18 to the Bulls, 10 to Cass.
All right, yeah, quite low scoring, quite good defensive game. Yeah, like I say, I think it will be. I think it'll be a lot different to their Warrington match. I think it will be closer. I don't think we'll be scoring 72, but if we do, that'd be brilliant. And yeah, we're still missing some people. I think he said Zach Fulton is going to be out with HIA because he has to miss 2 weeks because of how late it was called. It's been confirmed that Aribi Doro's out for 8 weeks now, which is a bit upsetting. And obviously Milne's had a late injury last week, so I don't know if he's back or not. So obviously if we're missing those, there's possibility of Douglas and Lewis coming back. Obviously Lewis is done on his ban. And if we do get the new player playing, he can slot in instead of Aribi. So a little bit stronger than last week maybe, but still a lot missing. So yeah, I think we're going to win. I'm going to be positive. And I think it's going to be a bit more high scoring. Just probably 30 to 18. To the Bulls. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm saying it the wrong way round because obviously we're away. But yeah, I think we can do it. Like I said, I don't think it'll be a blowout score like Warrington was. But I could be in my words because, if they do kind of really step it up and we have an off day, they could definitely win it. It's just I'm going to be positive and stick with that.
So at this point, I'll introduce my magical spreadsheet that I've put together for this week. That's
Love a spreadsheet.
Is rating our predictions throughout the season. And so it's a slightly complicated algorithm. But basically, there's 20 points on offer every week. You get 5 points for predicting the correct result, so win, lose, or presumably draw. You get a rated system based on how close the game was and how close that you predicted it, so between 1 and 5 points. And then there's 1 to 5 points based on how many total points were scored, which brings us up to 15 points. And then there's a bonus 5 points if you get the exact score and a bonus 2 points if you get the exact score difference.
Very well explained there, Alan.
Very good. And thank you very much, so I've wound this back through back to the beginning of the season against Hull FC. Now, there's another question about this. So essentially, I was ahead for a few weeks and Laura just managed to pull it back. So we're actually level as the time of recording. So everything's all to play for this week.
Oh, that's quite good that we've started it this week.
Yeah,
then,
it's
we
quite
can start on even.
Yes.
And then go from here as well, see who gets ahead at the end of the season. And obviously, we still want your predictions as well. Send them in to us, see if you're any better than us, which usually you are a lot better than me. I'm not actually the best at predictions, but it's because I'm either really pessimistic or I'm hopeful, but not too optimistic. So we shall see. But yeah, it'll be nice to have a little competition going throughout the season. It's purely for the pride of winning. There's nothing to actually win at the end of it, but, you know, pride. So
what more do you need?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
maybe one day I'll figure out putting this on some website somewhere so you can all join in. But that's a thing for another day.
Oh, something to look forward to, isn't it?
Yes.
So we do like the interaction with you commenting and obviously chatting to us. Quite a few comments on the podcast this week, which was great to see from a couple of you. So definitely, if we can get that up and running in the future, maybe something for next season. We'll try it with me and you for now, Alan. If it works quite well, then yeah, we could get a little group going if we've got our loyal followers that are listening every week. So. Yeah.
Drop us a message if you want to get involved.
Yeah, definitely.
And now it's time for Bull or No Bull, where this week Laura is going to pose 3 statements to me, and I have to pick the false bull statement out of the lineup of between 2 no bull statements.
Yeah, and as a creature of habit, obviously, it's going to be about Castleford Tigers.
I'm glad about that.
So I'm guessing you'll have done your research.
About 30 seconds worth, yep.
Yeah, but it might be enough because, to be fair, these ones are quite easy. So I think you might get it, but let's see. So my 3 statements, there are 2 which are true, and there is 1 which is false. So 1 is bull and 2 are no bull. So the first one is the Castleford Tigers Club was originally called Castleford RLFC and was founded in 1926. The second statement is the 2016 season was a standout season for the club, winning the League Leaders Shield and making it to the grand final. And the third statement is Castleford have won the Challenge Cup a total of 4 times.
Well, that's very interesting. Thank you for those, Laura. The one that stands out there is the Challenge Cup record, because that is the only fact that I actually picked up from my research.
So do you think that one's true or false?
That one's definitely true.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yes. I noted that they had not won Super League, but I didn't see anything about the League Leaders trophy, whatever it is. And it sounds quite plausible that they started as, was it
Castleford RLFC.
Yeah.
In 1926.
1926, yeah. Nothing too fishy about that statement. So I am going to go with the bull statement being the middle one, the 2016 season.
You're correct.
Yay!
So the 2016 season was not the standout season for Castleford Tigers. It was 2017. So this did actually happen. They won the League Leaders Shield and they got to the grand final, but it was in 2017, not in 2016. Oh. So yeah, very good research or guessing there, whichever one it was. But yeah, well done all the same. And yes, the club was originally called Castleford RLFC and was founded in 1926. And they won the Challenge Cup in 1935, 69, 70 and 86.
Very good. So that brings us to the end of another podcast of Talking Bullish. Thank you very much for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all the things, put a comment down with all your suggestions and definitely score predictions. And we will see you on Thursday night down in the jungle.
Yeah, we will see you down at Castleford Tigers. If you are there, we certainly will be cheering on the Bulls. So looking forward to that one. And thank you to everyone who's interacting with us. And big thank you this week. We've managed to get a nice little video of the build up to the matches, which is getting a few likes and shares on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, big thank you to everyone who's interacting with us. And if you do come across our videos, obviously have a look at our page and get listening to the podcast. So thank you to everyone who is listening so far, and we will see you next week.
And until then, keep running with the Bulls.